978 star 8378 Nicole Cattaruzza. I am in this rectangular pattern. It's right now, the channel is Eyewitness News at 7. This is what the broadcasters look like. Today, there's been several days lead in to fallen firefighter. They nicknamed him Golden something or other, which I'll play. I don't know what that's in reference to. They said it's because he dedicated a lot of his time and he volunteered a lot of his time to service and helping out other firefighters and families and things and the public. I'm stuck in the whatever today, doing whatever it is that I do. And Linda my mother was actually able to leave the house. Lou took her out for a local whatever. They drove a little ways into Long Island. And the amount of solidarity for this man who was being celebrated and memorialized in Belle Harbor, Queens area, but it stretches into Nassau. Lynn and Lou advised me or alerted me when they got home. There were, I did not know myself about this large flag that gets flown when a firefighter dies. I had never heard of such a thing. I don't know any firefighters. And if I do know firefighters, I might know them off. Okay. I might know them off duty. But again, it's not something that's come up. So what they do in the local area is they take 2 ladders, firefighting ladders, and they hang this gigantic banner almost of the United States of America flag in their honor. I saw it just recently in Manhasset, but I didn't know that I had to actually stop on my way home to Bayside from Great Neck, and I pulled over to ask I think it was the Lakeville or Little Neck Firehouse what it meant, because I didn't know what it meant. They were kind enough to let me know, and I didn't realize it was a funerary process. So anyway, so long story short is Lynn and Lou today went several towns into Nassau County from Queens. And they had, at the overpass, they were so diligent and organized. They put together, to memorialize this gentleman, 2 fire trucks, and they hung one of these gigantic flags. I don't know if the last time it was televised probably would have been 9/11 if they had such a thing, which they might have. But again, I watched the towers fall. I watched it fall, and I watched a week into it, but at the time, whatever I was doing, I was not near a television set. And a lot of time spent going back and forth between Long Island and the city. So at that time, I didn't have my eyes on the television like I do at the moment. But I want to just mention this gentleman.
Fdny firefighter Timothy Klein.
Thousands of firefighters gathering outside a church in Belle Harbor, Queens, to honor their colleague who was known in the firehouse as the Golden Child, a nickname he was given because he spent so much time helping others.
And that's how he died, trying to help someone who was trapped in a fire. Mike Marza at the funeral for us. He's in Queens. Mike?
Bill Timothy Klein was 31 years old, and you're so right. Everybody who knew him loved him. In fact, he was set to be part of a wedding party for one of his friends at this very church tomorrow. Instead, those friends part of the huge gathering today to say goodbye. Ladder Company 170 pulled in front of St. Francis de Sales Church, carrying the Fdny flag-draped casket of firefighter Timothy Klein.
And he gave everything to help others.
A hometown hero of the Rockaways, assigned to Canarsie, Brooklyn, where he died trying to save lives fighting a fire last Sunday.
He was our mentor, the junior guy's senior man, a leader, an example setter, a role model to everyone in the firehouse.
Klein graduated from York College before following in his family's footsteps, becoming a firefighter 6 years ago.
His ultimate dream job was to be a fireman. It was legit in his blood, starting with his grandfather, his father, his uncles, and cousins.
His father served 3 decades, even surviving 9/11.
Now, 20 years later, experiencing this devastating pain is beyond words for me to express.
In 2019, Timothy Klein delivered the eulogy for his friend and fellow fallen firefighter Stephen Pollard. Today, the acting commissioner used Tim's own words to eulogize him.
We lost a true hero that day. Though your time as a fireman was short, the impact you made and the example that you set will live on in the hearts of Canarsie forever.
Known for his big smile and even bigger heart, volunteering to build accessibility ramps for kids for a foundation called Fight for Firefighters.
Maybe St. Peter's house needs a ramp, and that's why he was called.
The oldest of 4 kids, his parents' only boy. Friends and family filling his childhood church, sharing his love of sports, selflessness, and epic pranks. He collected friends from every corner of his life.
So we waited and waited and waited until we had no other option but to use his good nature against him. Christening him, you're the golden child.
He just bought a house in this neighborhood, excited about his next chapter in life. Cut short by the heroism that defined him, immortalized by his helmet, signifying his sacrifice as New York's bravest. Just an incredibly remarkable, moving day to hear all of these stories being shared today. His girlfriend Courtney was part of the service today, and Timothy Klein's mother, in her eulogy, told Courtney, "You will always be part of our family." In Belle Harbor tonight, Mike Marza, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
What a profound day and service that was.
So that's all I would have been exposed to today based on where I am and how far I can get by foot. If it wasn't for Linda having gone out with Lewis driving to whatever they were doing today, unscheduled, might I add, but to witness on my behalf this procession and this very prominent statement of solidarity between Queens and Long Island, being that we are one long extension of one another. And there's no I hate to use the term bleed into one another, but the county lines are so blurred. If you don't know where you are, the lie just goes on forever. I mean, the LIE just goes on forever. Without necessarily like a marking system that's very pronounced. Usually when you live here, you just know where those lines are or the bounds are. I didn't know it myself, though, until I went for my real estate license and then started practicing real estate in Suffolk County because I didn't drive. I mean, I drove, but not. There's nobody here to teach you the lay of the land, being the LAYE in my case anyway. So in that sense, I studied a whole lot of mapping because I didn't want to be out in the car and be lost the whole time. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.